This is the Audi SQ8, and as the name might suggest, it fits right in the middle of the Q8 and the RS Q8. But that's the objective definition, as we'll get into in just a moment. But subjectively speaking, it's so much more than just that. It's just been launched at a price of 1.78 crore introductory ex-showroom, and you guessed it, that's right between the Q8 and the RS Q8. It's about 65 lakhs more than the Q8 and about 56 lakhs less than the RS Q8. The performance too, 500 horsepower, that's a bit more than the 340 horsepower of the Q8 from its V6 and the 640 horsepower of the RS Q8 performance. But here is that crucial difference. There's no downsizing here. This car makes all that performance from the same twin-turbo 4-litre V8 as the RS Q8. You see, you may not realize it at first, but this car actually has a direct rival here in India. It's the Mercedes-AMG GLE 53. That's right, that too is the sort of mid-range performance vehicle in its own model range. But that car does it with a 3-litre straight 6-mile hybrid engine, whereas this one uses the full fat V8. No downsizing here, and performance enthusiasts will know that really it's the sensation of the V8 that means so much more than the outright performance numbers. Even the looks, as I'm sure you've noticed, are halfway between a Q8 and an RS Q8. It's not got the full body color treatment as the Q8, but it's not got the mad aggressive bumpers of the RS Q8. It's still got this sort of brace around its grille like the RS Q8, but you can have it in silver or black. But it's also still got some chrome like the Q8, which tells you that this still has a bit of luxury about it. It's got these big sort of intakes on the side, but they're again not as aggressive as the ones on the RS Q8, but they do still give it that little sporty touch that you'd want when you have something with an S badge on it. Now even the wheel size, as you might guess, is exactly halfway between the Q8 and the RS Q8. The Q8 goes up to 21-inch wheels, this is 22-inch wheels, and the RS Q8 goes up to 23-inch wheels. Now what do you think about this design? It's one of 3 22-inch designs that are on offer. I think they're a little tamer than they should have been. They're not quite as wild as the ones on the RS Q8, but here's the other thing. A lot of the things that the RS Q8 gets as standard are optional on the SQ8, such as rear axle steering, sports adaptive suspension with active anti-roll bars, and even carbon ceramic brakes. You can add those in the options. So in many ways, you can spec this car up to be pretty close to the RS Q8. It's a similar story here in the interior, where it starts off an awful lot like a Q8, but this car does seem to have the longest list of optional features of the 3 cars, and really you could spec it up as high as you want to get it quite close to what you get in the RS Q8. The layout is virtually the same, but they've made the flat bottom steering wheel standard. A lot of the trim from the RS Q8 can be had in the SQ8, and even these sporty S bucket seats, they are an option. So really the way you spec and trim this car, including with features such as heated and ventilated seats, those can all be added in the options list. So yes, that 1.78 crore price, that might go up just a little bit if you get a little excited in the options list.
That being said, there are far more features than the standard Q8. So the interior hasn't changed much at all, and the overall look and feel wasn't altered when the Q8 range got a facelift in 2024. This is now one of Audi's older interiors, and though it's classy and well built, it's starting to feel a bit dated. However, it remains spacious, practical and luxurious with plenty of space in the backseat.
So coming back to what I said at the start, how is the SQ8 more than the sum of its parts? How is it more than just the midway point between the Q8 and the RS Q8? Well, for that you've got to stop viewing it as a sports model only and more as a really high-end luxury car, because I feel that's how a lot of potential buyers will see it. At this price, what you get is a lot of stuff that's elevated above the Q8, stuff like the air suspension and some of the interior trimmings. And if you want, you can take it further through the options and make it as high spec as you want. Performance is all there, but what you're really getting is that V8, Whether or not you use all that performance, you're not going to take a car like this to the track as you might an RS Q8. What you're going to do is enjoy it on the road, that sensation, that feel, that effortlessness. And to me, that's what makes a great luxury car. No compromise, effortlessness, and spec it the way you like, because these are all CBU imports and you can customize it to your heart's content with a long list of options. Now, what do you think about the price? 1.78 crore, that's just introductory and that's before options. I think it's a good midway point between the Q8 and the RS Q8 as it is intended, but also it's in that sweet spot of luxury cars where people want just a little bit more than the base offering. That's the SQ8. I've been Gavin D'Souza. Thank you for watching, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the Autocar India channel if you haven't done so already.